Relations.
You got it.
Yes, ma'am. And we are back now with a Senior Vice President of Government Relations of ASPCA, Nancy Perry. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I think it's important looking at this as your first time at the Hampton Classic, and we've been very fortunate in having the ASPCA involved with us here for several years. Very important to us. Most importantly, the welfare of the animal. We watch our show jumpers just as carefully as high-strung athletes, if you will.
Yes, they are, and they need great care, and of course they get that here at the Hamptons. And it's been my first experience at the Hampton Classic, and I'm so impressed with the warmth of the competitors and the air of civility, but also just the care and compassion. I have yet to meet anyone that isn't absolutely enthusiastic about the ASPCA and our mission, and that's a wonderful thing to see. I work on these issues at a broader level, so it's nice to be in a place where horses are safe and cared for, but there's a lot of work that we all can do together to help horses out nationally.
Well, I love the tagline, "We are their voice."
Yes.
I mean, I think that is so important for those of us. We are animal lovers. At the end of the day, we are animal lovers. And,
We are.
And we, with every horse person comes a dog. With every,
It's true.
We always say that. And most importantly, though, when you have the likes of these riders here on course right now, as we're watching, and we have one on course, to me, I think that when you watch, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, but we also know it takes a team behind these horses.
Yes.
To do what we're doing, to get these animals to the ring. And that, at the end of the day, I think you're learning a little bit more about that, being here in such a high-end competition, if you will.
Absolutely. I actually grew up loving horses and riding horses out on the West Coast, and this is my first experience being at a big East Coast show. But it's definitely proven to me that teamwork is present. Whenever you see horses out in the field, you know that that's the result of an awful lot of people coming together to care for them. And I think of that when I think of the policy work that we work on. The ASPCA started in 1866. We're the oldest animal protection organization on this continent. And our founder, Henry Berg, was very concerned about horses. So it is in the spirit of the ASPCA to be a part of the Hampton Classic and to be a very important part of the equine community and able to talk to that community about the need for them to engage both at the state level and at the federal level to help pass legislation to help horses who are in need.
Well, and I think at the end of the day, that's really what it's about, the horses that are in need, and that touches everybody. But we're trying to now educate the public more, non-horse people, most importantly, because we know about it, the horse people know about it, but now the non-horse people, we need those voices as well.
Americans are absolutely shocked to find out that 100,000 American horses are sent over the border to Canada and Mexico for slaughter for French and Belgian dinner tables. Every single year this is happening. Horses are not bred for food. They're not raised as food. We give them fly ointments and dewormers that contain all kinds of chemicals that are banned for food animals. And yet these same horses wind up going for slaughter. And the slaughter process involves a very cruel, long-distance transport, not in the luxury liners that are here at the Hampton Classic, but they're crammed onto double-decker trailers. They go down in the trailers. They have grievous injuries. Some of them die en route. And then they go through a slaughter process that is nothing less than brutal because it is a commercial activity. So we need to make sure people know this is not humane euthanasia, which we support and we all feel is the right way for a horse to end his or her life. This is the brutal end of horses that could otherwise live out a productive and healthy life. And it's important for people to know that Congress is considering this question right now. So they can weigh in.
And that's what we need, your voice to explain to us. And to learn more about the ASPCA, aspca.org/horse.
Thank you. Yes.
And I think that's a very important thing right now that we need. You have a great team at ASPCA. My favorite, Valerie and Nellie. As she is to me, she's leading the pack right now. Every year at the Hampton Classic, there is always something for everybody to learn a little bit more about the ASPCA. And because of Valerie heading this team and saying, "Okay, gang, we can do it together," it clearly means a lot to me, but it's great to have you here. Welcome to the
Thank you.
Hampton Classic, and obviously you're stepping on holy grounds for a lot of horse lovers.
Well, we are grateful to be here. Thanks. Come by the patio and see us, and we'll talk some more.
Well, we will, and again, just watching Hot Wheels and Derek Herons, he's clear. We have 6 clear. We're going to have a real horse race here. Those of you horse lovers, I know you're going to stay right with us here for the $30,000 Nicolak Open Jumper Challenge. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.